everybody. We're all doing all alright. Welcome back to another video. It's time. We're finally here, guys. We're finally here at the start of the Cumbria Way. It's just over there. Hey up, Biggs and Bobs. Who have we got here? I'm just looking for the Cumbria Way.
Oh, it's this one, sorry.
Oh, hold on, let's have a look at this. It's right there.
It's this way.
Oh, is that the Cumbria Way?
Are you going on the Cumbria Way?
Is that the going on the Cumbria Way?
Up there, you say?
Yes.
I think so.
It's up that way. Are you going on it?
I was, yeah, I'm about to start the Cumbria Way.
You got no.
Oh.
Dad.
Why? What's...
Oh no. You mean you're going and you're not coming back? Oh God.
Well, I'll only be about 4 days.
4 days?
And then I'll meet you. The plan is to meet you at Carlisle.
Oh, Carlisle.
Yeah, it's about 75 mile.
Oh, there is the
Listen.
Someone has to get me there.
Listen, I've got a shift to put in today, so I can't stay in Doral for too long.
I don't think I can go.
You got the smart general public coming, they're going to see us upset. Just you set off.
Okay, well, thanks for the directions. And
Yeah, it took us long enough, but go on.
yeah, and I'll see you both in a couple of days' time.
He's only a boy.
So yeah, it's time for the Cumbria Way. Way! As you can see, I've got people waving me off, and yeah, it's going to take me 4 days or so, 5 days to do. I'm starting here in Ulverston. Plan today is to get past Coniston, so I've got a shift to put in. It's about 12 o'clock, so even if I don't get there till 8 o'clock this evening, that's fine. And yeah, probably going to be a two-parter is this series, I reckon. So yeah, if you want to see how this latest adventure pans out, please stick around. So we're doing it, Biggs and Bobs. Doing it. Cumbria Way. See how long that enthusiasm keeps up for. I tell you what, getting out of Ulverston, oh, that was tough. Those rolling green hills. And we're having moments where we're questioning, what the fuck am I doing? But I do remember reading an article about Cumbria Way a little bit ago, saying that the ascent out of Ulverston will seem like a bit of a cruel baptism to the Cumbria Way, and that's exactly what it felt like. But I feel like for now the worst of it's over, and it's relatively quite flat, and all there's a quite decent ascent after you come out of Coniston and then over into like Keswick area, but that won't be till probably sometime tomorrow. Don't worry about that then. There she is, the Cumbria Way. The sign is telling me go that way, and that's where I'm heading, those mountains. Yeah! Ah, let's go! So far it's been relatively quite well signed, you know, signpost I mean. You know, I've only had to deploy the map twice. Just show you the old map. We'll have some map time later on when we got the tent up. I don't know what the plan is really. Well, my plan is to get to Coniston today and possibly a bit further out than it. That way I'll have done about a third at walk on my first day. Good chunk of it. That map, by the way, lent to me by the very kind Mr. Jim Harding. Shout out Jim Harding, who obviously is no stranger to the Lake District and all of its fells and mountains. So cheers mate. Wanted to give a big shout out to my mum, to Dad and Millie obviously, for coming up to Ulverston and dropping me off. Not bad bigs and bugs. Afternoon.
Yeah.
Cumbria Way?
Yeah.
Hey! Shout out as well to my mum. Unfortunately she couldn't make it today because she was going to come up with Dad and Millie, see me off, but she weren't feeling so well this morning I believe. But she did say a little prayer for me up to the big man upstairs, that I have safe travels. And yeah, so far so good. Yeah, see you in a bit. Back in the game, bigs and bobs. It's about 3:20. I'm heading to a little pit stop called Gothorpe, and then from there I think you're into the fells. But it's been a bit death by farm fields, and I've already got lost twice. Thankfully I just walked past a young man, shout out whoever you are, you'll never see this, but thankfully I was still on the Cumbria Way when I took 2 wrong turns earlier. But it's all part of the process, you know what I mean? Like, so far I'm doing quite well reading this map, and just sort of going off a rough trajectory of direction, because I'm on it. I'm still on the way. But yeah, it's part of the process. It's learning, you know. Luckily I am really warm with my jacket on, but it's because I've got all this clobber on my back, and at least the sun is out and it's not raining, you know what I mean? Like, I'm be grateful for that. So onwards we go. Just got to Gothorpe now. Probably done about 5 or 6 miles I reckon so far. I don't even know. Well, I'm not too far now from all the becks and fells and all that sort of stuff. Just through this tiny little just see them actually. There. Oh man. Again, death by farm fields. Obviously beautiful in their own right at this time of the spring. There's lambs everywhere, but it's hard to navigate them if you've never been through them. Obviously I've done it so far to help people on past. You just feel like you're in some sort of dystopian northern European wonderland. I like being in mountains and woods. It's where I can navigate, I can see things like that. I've not burst out the electrolytes yet, but I picked up a Dr. Pepper limited edition Jurassic World. sugar, please. Oh, I don't usually drink pop as a rule. Coffee, water, beer. Holy Trinity. Yeah, I'm gonna have my pop, chill out for 10 minutes and then crack on. It's Peter Rabbit. Let me tell you something, Biggs and Bogs. Whoever says the Cumbria Way is relatively flat are chatting S-H-I-T. Either that or I am incredibly unfit. Probably the latter. Been over some absolutely dreadful fells so far. Some bloody hiders this so far. Well, we had the best day. Oh, and this is another thing as well. All these gates. Little stop start stops you getting a rhythm going. Oh, make it a record 3 times now. I've got lost so far today, and I've had to double back on myself. You know, that it is what it is. I can take that, but and then obviously you just get yourself unlost. But it takes up time. You lose time. You know, like I say, it's 10 to 6 now. I just want to see Coniston Lake. It's just over that fell there. Just need to get over that, and then it's all downhill. And I know Coniston Lake's flat because I've seen it on loads of videos. So I just need to push on. Won't be dark till 9:30, so even if I walk for another 2 hours or so, I'll make it. And then that'll be first page of map complete. So yeah, check in with you in a bit. Right guys, not bad. First night, it's map time. Show you what I've done today. So, set off, start and end. You can do one or the other. You can either start there or walk from Carlisle and finish in Ulverston. I've started in Ulverston and I'll finish in Carlisle. So I started here, some beautiful little woodland here, oh no, here. Dad and Millie walked with me here, and then they saw me off on my way, and then I hiked up here, past this farm, through all these rolling fields and hills, and then you got to this place, St John's Church, which was quite a nice little nifty church. Followed down to Main Road, back onto Weaving Farm Fields, through here, more rolling farm fields. There were lambs everywhere around here. It was really nice, but well, like I said before, whoever calls the Cumbria Way easy, they need a word with themselves, because these rolling hills, they were like Loch Ness Monster humps, so they were quite trying on the old legs. Got to Goth Way, I had a kind of pop there, and I sit down for 5 minutes, then I cracked on. This was some lovely hiking here, nice and flat, marked way, and then around here there was a little stream here, there it was, little stream, we went across there, and then it began Biggs and Bogs. This whole area here was hard. There were points hiking through here. It was all uphill, over moorland and heathland and out all at fells. And I was getting to the point where I thought, I don't think I can do this. This is too tough. Got to Beacon Tarn here. Obviously, I pushed on. Lovely little lake. I nearly camped here, but there were a bit too much human traffic. And then flip over to page 2. Whoa! Trying to run away. Right. So, come here, you. Stay still. Just keep it like that. So, like I say, Beacon Tarn here. I've got a bit lost though. I've gone over this way. I've lost the way actually, quite literally, and I'm camped somewhere around here. So tomorrow morning I need to follow this path down to this little holiday park here, all the way along here and pick up the way there, and then obviously carry on all the way up to Coniston Village. So yeah, that's don't really know how far I've walked today. Done maybe about 10 or 12 miles. Oh man, not as far as I wanted to get, but as I say, I think I might have overestimated the first page, because some of those fells coming over there were extremely difficult. So yeah, I'm just having half an hour to sit and chill. Then I'm going to get in my tent and have an early night. Try and get up early tomorrow, and then back on towards Coniston and pick up the trail. So yeah, don't see me for the rest of the this entry log. I've gone to bed. And probably can't be asked doing any more filming because I'm knackered and I'm sore. So yeah, a challenging start. Glad that I've got my tent pitched up and I can settle down soon. And I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Beautiful Bigfoots and beautiful boggarts. Leave no trace. Slept pretty good. Went to bed about 11ish. Woke up about 4 for a wee. Obviously got out at 10. Had a wee, jumped back in. Toss and turn for a little bit. And then be about 5. You could hear birds tweeting. And when I hear that noise, it's like Nirvana, because you're like, oh yes, nice one. Dawn is on the way. Not that I particularly get scared at night time, because that's a question I get asked quite a lot. Do you never get frightened being out on your own in the dark? And I'd be a liar if I said no, because it's human instinct. Once the sun's gone down and you're in an exposed place like the wild, as much as I enjoy my wild camping and being outdoors, we're so desensitised to being out here long term, and your original survival instincts do kick in, and you're like, don't like this, especially with what I know is out there. Bigfoot, UFOs, werewolves, all that clobber. But to be honest with you, I aligned my chakras in the right constellation. Chatting shit. Obviously my vibrations will be low, so I'm not going to attract anything. Or I might be unlucky and my chakras might be so low, my vibrations might be so low that something doesn't even notice that I'm there. Anyway, whatever, who cares. Just following this nice little game trail down to this actual gravel path, and then that's going to take me back to the main road right down by Coniston Lake, and then I can pick up the way there, because as you know, obviously I lost it yesterday. Not to worry though, I'll pick it back up again today. So I need to concentrate because I think I'm coming up to a bit of a decline ravine. So checking. Oh, it's there, buzzing. Nice one. Just need to get down there now. See you in a bit. Oh, that wasn't hard to find. This will take me straight back down to the main road, and then I can jump onto the lake and pick up the way and head up to Coniston village for a cup of coffee, because I've not had one yet, Biggs and Bugs. And then my pack is noticeably lighter than yesterday. Maybe that's just because I broke myself in. I don't know, man, my shoulders are sore. So I need to resupply there. I need to refill my waters back up. Probably grab a couple of little goodies for later on. But look, even this right here, reaching about through here, this is a treat. Just, you know, I've said it before, there's nowhere I feel more confident than being in a woodland, because that is what I know. Don't particularly like camping out in the open on moorland and up mountains, because I feel too exposed, you know, and if something does kick off, you really are out, like you're pretty much a deer in headlights. Whereas in woods, you're relatively protected, but of course the woods is where they can score bump in the night. It's all about having that headspace to be able to, you know, be at peace with that and not let it bother you. So yeah, I've had a good chat with my dad, and obviously I can't remember if I mentioned it yesterday, big group of hikers that I bumped into just outside of Ulverston as I left. One of them told me, just be careful when you get near Carlisle, because a portion of it is, there's no way through it because it's closed off for repairs and maintenance or something like that. So he was like, you need to have a game plan for when you get there. So obviously we were there yesterday, I went when I lost the trail. It's, you know, it did affect my confidence a bit. So yeah, my dad has said maybe do part of the way on this trip and then come back in a couple of weeks and finish it off. You know, it's, and I even spoke to Millie last night. She said the same. You know, her Jim Harding, who, shout out Jim again, who lent me this map, he's done the Cumbria Way in parts. So, you know, it's an option. Maybe I put a bit too much pressure on myself to bash this thing out in one go. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Coniston, have some proper to eat, crack back onto Cumbria Way, and then I might try and get to Grasmere later on and come off the way, go to Grasmere and go to Rydal Lake, because I've camped there before. It's a place I know well. I can probably get a fire going because everything's really dry, because I've got some bloody kebabs in my bag that my lovely neighbours made for me, so they need eating. I could eat them cold, but I don't really fancy it. They need to be warm, don't they? Anyway, my arm is killing holding this phone, so checking with you in a bit. Coniston Lake, very nice. You see? Socks up railing, soggy boots on floor. It's happened again, Biggs and Bogs. Quite literally fallen into a bog. That lovely little unit right there. Me being the clever clogs I am. Tried to do that in one stride, in I went. Up to my knees. Oh mate. This is not really my day so far. Got ages yet till I get to Coniston. I'm just about to join back up with trail by the looks of the map. My fucking fat legs are chafing. Look, guys, I think it might be time to admit defeat and go and glamp it for a night. I need some hot water and a comfy bed and a warm meal inside of me before I can carry on any further on this trail, I think. Because my boots have obviously you know, they suck now. And more and more I'm thinking about it, the more I don't think I'm going to be able to do this over the next few days in one stretch. I'm going to do the diplomatic thing and do it in chunks over a course of time. And then tomorrow probably go to Grasmere. So yeah, hopefully there's rooms at the inn when I get to Coniston. Because I'm going to have to carry on, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't really got a choice, have I? Never mind. I'll check in with you in a bit. I'm just letting my feet dry. I'm going to try and let these socks dry out as much as they can, and then I can carry on. Yeah, see you in a bit. So I've just gone past my first official Cumbria Way sign that I've seen since 5 o'clock yesterday, maybe. So I'm officially back on the way. Yeah, just got my headphones on, listening to my tunes. This is a lovely little stretch going past Coniston Lake. Piece of piss, really. Yeah, feeling in good spirits despite the soggy boots. It is what it is, isn't it? It's not the first time it's happened, probably won't be the last. So word to the wise, Olivia, if it looks dodgy, go back. Don't be stubborn and pig-headed. Anyway, just been having a look at B&Bs in Coniston and, you know, trying to work out what I'm willing to pay and what looks nice and whatever. This will be the first time in the history of my wild camping career, if you will, that I've ever glamped. So if I'm going to glamp, I think I'm going to glamp properly and spare no expense, as John Hammond would say. So yeah, check in with you in a bit. So I've been having a little think about this while I've been mooching along. As you do when you're on your own, you spend a lot of time in your own head, and I think that's why I've always been very willing to spend time on my own, I guess. It's never really bothered me, even from being, you know, a kid. I've always been quite independent in that way. But yeah, I've been thinking, obviously, you see, when you're out and about like this, wild camping, hiking, whatever, you see, more often than not, a lot more wildlife than what your average Joe or Jane blogs would see. You know, and obviously I spend a fair bit of time at lakes. Obviously I'm not here as often as I'd like to be, but I don't think I've ever once seen a deer in the Lake District. I could be wrong there, but obviously, like, I saw loads of hares and rabbits yesterday, loads of livestock, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a deer here. Seen a couple of birds of prey in my time here, and it's weird because obviously where I live in Lancashire, we've got quite a healthy roe deer population. Obviously people who watch my videos will have seen deers in them, caught them on camera, and even when I'm not even filming, I'm just hiking about, you know, on walks or whatever, I see them all the time. You know, it's not difficult to find them if you go into places where they'd likely be. But I wonder if it's because the Lake District is so vast with its fells and mountains. Maybe they just don't come into contact with people as much as, you know, like excuse me, I've literally been walking home along a canal that runs next to my house, and I've seen 2 deer right there, right on the outskirts of a housing suburb. the common where I live. But is that just because we've encroached on their habitat perhaps? I don't know. This is the ramblings of a madman whose boots are soaked, caffeine deprived, ready for something warm to eat. Anyway, so I'm nearly at Coniston now, so I'll see you soon. That is a view. Stunning. Ah, I'm running to B&B. Ah, Bigs and Bogs, wait till you see what I've just booked. Normally, hold on, look at that mountain range, beautiful. Alright mate, oh, just missed, sorry, we were just scratching his backside then on. Oh, go on mate, give it a good itch. Yeah, it's called the Coniston Inn. I won't tell you how much it were because I'm not like one of those to be like, yeah, I just spent so much money on a night at the Coniston Inn. But this looks very nice, if I do say so myself. And you know, I come from a childhood of stopping in Premier Inns whenever me and my family went on holiday. You know, Premier Inn sometimes can be a bit pricey depending on time of year and location, but for the most part, you know, it's the basic room, clean, Wi-Fi, hot shower, clean bed, telly. This looks nice in the pictures I've seen. So yeah, I'm not far off Coniston now. I can arrive from 3 o'clock onwards, and afternoon. I can arrive from 3 o'clock onwards. So I'll pop into Coniston. I need a coffee. It's bloody nearly 1 o'clock. I've still not had a coffee yet. Probably the longest I've gone without caffeine since I was 16. So yeah, that's priority. Need a brew and then grab a couple of goodies and then shimmy on up to the hotel. So see you in a bit. Checkpoint number 2 completed. Got to Coniston. Lovely little village by the looks of it. And now, job is to find the nearest cafe boy. Oh yeah, yum 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 yum. Yeah, not bad at all. Man, it's that bag look at a place in here. This'll do, mate. Oh, they've got coffee in a kettle. The fucking size of that bed. Nice view out at the lake. Get these open. Oh. Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna sleep like a baby on this tonight, I reckon. Look at the bathroom. Ooh, very nice. Shower gels, clever towels galore. Let's get window open. Yeah, very nice. I think I can dry my boots off in here. Right guys, I know what you're all thinking. once you've glamped, you never go back. It wasn't my fault what happened this morning. My electrolytes were low. I was lost. Before I knew it, I'd fallen in a bog. But not to fret. My Cumberland sausage dinner before, riddled with electrolytes. This packet of crisps, full of electrolytes. This nice refreshing pint of pale ale, 100% electrolytes. Chin chin. Ooh la la. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with map time today because I've done about 7 miles and I've only really gone along Coniston and I'm just on outskirts of it now, so I'll do one tomorrow night when I'm back at it wild. Yeah, so I think I might just sign off now for today and just enjoy my evening in this lovely relaxing setting. Have a pint or two and get an early night. Had a nice hot bath so I don't smell like Shrek's ass. Gonna take my pipe for a bit and yeah, take advantage of these luxuries I paid for and have a nice hearty breakfast tomorrow. Stock up on all amenities, toilet roll, coffee sachets, biscuits. So yeah, it's been I do like it around here in Coniston. Obviously I've never been before. Glad I've come. And tomorrow we'll see what tomorrow brings. So yeah, good night everybody. Quite a nice view to wake up to. Good morning, Bigs and Bogs. Slept like a baby. Listen, manager offered me the room again for half the price. So I pulled the arm over the counter and I was like, yes please. Yeah, I think I'm just going to bin off the Cumbria Way for this trip and come back to it another time. Tomorrow, come hell or high water, I'm wild camping at Rydal Lake, and then Friday I'll get to Keswick. So yeah, I'm going to stop here again another night, and I'm going to go climb up a big old mountain today called the Old Man of Coniston. So yeah, it's about 8 o'clock, so I'm booked in for my breakfast at 9:30. So yeah, I'll fill my boots up with a big fat fry up and then I'll go climb this mountain. But I think I'm going to sign off for part 1 of this series here and then pick it up part 2 later on in the day. So yeah, it's been a very spontaneous and unexpected adventure so far, glamping it. I promise this is not going to become a permanent fixture. I am a wild camper. I am the Blackburn Bigfoot. It's just, you know, I spoke about it in my Entwistle Reservoir video. I made it been a bit peppered recently. And, you know, I've been working a lot. And, you know, I think to myself, well, I worked for that money that I've got this month, so I'm going to enjoy it and afford myself a few luxuries because I don't get to do this stuff all the time. So that's my justification. Not that I need to justify myself, obviously, but I know that my ardent followers who maybe have this depiction of me as being this tough as nails alpha, which I am. I'm just taking a brief break from it for the time being and affording myself a nice comfy king size bed for the night. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye bye.